Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel again. My name is Alain Kolayakun, and I'm a digital marketer. I've been doing digital marketing for well over a decade, and I create YouTube videos to address content questions and queries that I have experienced and I'm encountering, from clients and prospective clients. And so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about open chat GPT. This chat, yes, how to use it to create content pillars, content clusters, topic clusters, and how to write SEO focused content. Right? ChatGPT is like the way people are saying you can use it to replace SEO, but then it's a lie. Right? In this video, I'm going to teach you step by step on how to use ChatGPT. Not only that, I'm also going to teach you what I'm going to explain to you what content pillars are and how you can create one for yourself. Right. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Um, and if you're new, you're welcome once again. Thank you for coming back. Please don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Reason for why you should turn on the notification bell so that when next I drop another video, you'll be the first to be notified. So without much ado, let's dive right into it. Um, So a lot of people understand know what ChatGPT is. People even think that it's going to replace SEO, but then it's a lie. It's going to replace search engine optimization. It's a lie, right? Just like every other, it's just like every other solution that helps people get things done better, right? But you also need to learn how to use it, right? You remember the case of computer, the first ever computer. It's as big as a house, right? And it's only one that most people have. Maybe like a state or a country might just have one, right? There are people working inside the computer back then. Like, I mean, that's what we're told, anyways. But when they started creating, desktop, it looks as if some people will be rendered jobless. But no, as a matter of fact, those people they have better chances at being the authority because they've seen the smallest unit of what makes that computer. So should be easy for them to also easily transit into being the ones teaching people, right? It's like saying now that because there are card readers, there are some things that you can use to know what your car what's wrong with your car. Then mechanics are useless. No, as a matter of fact, it's a better way for them to keep getting the business and get more business, right? Because it will also make their job easier because prior to that time they probably be doing try by error, but now that there's a card, something that you can plug and then to just tell you what is wrong with the car, it makes their job faster. They can do better. Maybe before it will take them, they will be able to just fix one or two cars in a day, but now they'll be able to fix more, maybe 10, 20, right? Exactly the same thing about ChatGPT, right? It helps people who write content write better. It helps you who own the website to be able to know the things that you can tell your writer to write. I mean, they won't just write junks for you and you accept. Just positions everybody better. So it's not actually taking jobs away from people. As a matter of fact, it helps those people who already owns the job do their job better, right? It makes them professionals. It makes them, and that's what it is, right? So having said that, what's content pillar? Before we actually start using the chat GPT, you need to understand what content pillars are. Content pillars are a pillar page, um, or I mean, you can also call it a post that is comprehensive, and explore a particular topic in an authoritative manner. So let's say, for instance, I'll use a typical example of um let me use a typical example of a website. Yes. So there is a southern district of New York. Um, you know, when you search for out of five bankruptcy in New York. They are in New York, by the way. They are the ones that you see. And when you open that page, what you see is, so let's even open the page. Let's open the page. So this is what you see, right? Now, I believe they are a law firm, right? I believe they're a law firm. And look at it. On this page, they have judges and chambers, they have for attorneys, they have filing without an attorney rules, they have, and this particular pillar page was written as a content under filing without an attorney. You see, it's a it's a it is subcategory, if I'm gonna call it like, it's a subcategory. Now, why it's a subcategory is because, so categories are majorly places where you have a bunch of all the content that you have written, right? But then a subcategory can then now be specific, right? But in this case, so they've written an article and it's under the filing without an attorney, and the title of that content is Understanding Bankruptcy, right? Understanding Bankruptcy, and it talks about every, so this is what it did, right? So Understanding Bankruptcy, um and then, so this is what they've done. These guys are very smart. So this is what they've done, yeah. They created a particular page. They created page for every single one of their content. Now they didn't just do that, they now created a sidebar widget listing all the titles, so while you are reading this, you can easily just want to read this and click on it, and it will just open for you, and you can still go back to the first one that you are reading, still on the sidebar. You see what they've done? This is a typical example of a landing page. Now, the landing page itself is the category. The category is filing without an attorney. Now, and then it now has all of these subs, all of this. You see, so say for instance, you write about businesses. I'm sure they built this custom built, right? This is a custom built website. Um, so, but in your case, it could be a WordPress website that you're using, right? So, what ideally you should do is you can redesign your website in such a way that you can redesign like that, or make it, you create a particular long post article that addresses every single. So now, on inside the content pillar, there are several questions that people want to ask. Like I said, they write about filing without an attorney. Now, there might be a lot of, what are the questions that people can ask for under that topic. Those are the topic that will form your topic cluster. All the questions that comes to mind when you think of a particular thing. So for instance, let's say your business registration, your law firm, you do business registration. What are the likely questions that people can ask? What are the most likely questions that people can ask in relation to business registration? Those are the things that should form your content pillar. And you can do them by using some keyword research tools to actually validate. You can use Ahrefs. They have a keyword tool that you can use. Href. Let me see if I can show you keyword generator. Yeah. So yes. So you can just type it, business registration, sorry, and particular you can tailor it to a country, like I'm doing Nigeria, and then so it helps you to find keywords that people are searching for in relation to that particular phrase, business registration. See the keywords: business registration in Nigeria, business registration, Google business registration, business registration number, type of business registration in Nigeria, business registration certificate, and it also tells you the number of search volumes that each of them get. See, CSC business registration as so these are things that people are looking for. What are the possible questions that people have asked from Google? See, how much is a business registration? How much is business registration in Nigeria? How to start SIM registration business in Nigeria? How to start NIN registration business? How much is CSA business? So you just pick the ones that relate to the topic that you are writing. You know, how much is this? How to check this? What is business registration? You know, how much does CSE charge? You just put them together and write so very concise and well explained um, answers to each of the questions. Those are the things that will form your content pillar page for that particular. And then you can then still go ahead to write maybe short articles on your blog, and you can link from those short article to this landing page, which is your content pillar page rather. You can link from there, and then you can also link back from your content pillar page to those articles so that people can go and read more or read other things that relate to that. Maybe you've written an updated content. You should come back when there's a new. I can remember the time where where CSC stopped physical business registration, right? And then they moved it online. So if you had written about how to go about registering your business with CAC and now there's a new content, all you need to just go back to your content pillar and add another section to use. Oh, updated, a new how to register a business name now in Nigeria, and then you go on. So you write about, and then you can easily link to those content, right? So the content pillar page is a comprehensive, authoritative exploration of a particular topic, theme. Like I said, you have highlighted all the questions, all the most likely questions that people will ask, and then you have provided answer to them in different sections, right? On that content pillar page, you can then now have table of content, right, where you then talk about each and every of those points you've mentioned. When you talk about, I mean, you in depth look at each and every of the content that you have provided in that content pillar page, with a table of content, so that at a click they can easily just go right, just straightforward to that particular section without having to, start parabolating, or I mean, it just takes them straight there, right? I'm trying to look for another content that can, you know buttress, I can use to also explain better. I mean, so because it's very important that we get this, because once we get it, helps solve so many problems. Okay, so a typical example is this. Um, this content on how to start a PS business in Nigeria. Blah blah blah. This is a table of content. Yeah. So how to become. You see, these are the sections, questions that they provided answers to. By the way, I was one that handled this for Wema. So, excuse me. So these are the questions. I prepared this, right? So these are the questions that were created, that was answered on this particular content. And if you just click on it, with the click of the button, it takes it directly to that place with a link. several sections of their website with a link, right? We talked about bank verification. There's a link to bank verification. There's a link to CSE website. So that's how a content pillar works, right? It's detailed, is a lot. I mean, so it explains almost every single thing that they may ask regarding that particular topic. You know, so then so like I said, so all the how to register a BC, all the others, all the subs about how to become a POS agent, those are topic clusters, or how to do POS agent, how do POS agent make money? That's a particular topic cluster on its own to answer how the POS agent makes money, right? It breaks it down. I mean, you just break down how they make money, right? I mean that they can make as much as the agent, the bank, the provider would take a percentage. I mean, it just breaks it down. You can so that's exactly what content pillar is. So now, like I said, I've explained a bit of what topic cluster is. Like I said, it's a group of content, right? Topic cluster is a group of content. That, I mean, that a group of topics. Topic cluster is a group of topic, that answer questions revolving around the topic pillar, content pillar that revolves around the content pillar. You know, so it's an disorder content pillar, right? Then the topic cluster, and this topic cluster will be on this page. They will be on this page, and each of them will have answers to the questions, answers to this question, answer to this question, answer to this question, and the list could go on, right? And then they will all also be linking to some other content. So you may not have content that you will link to yet. You may just have to just write this and then build on it by writing further content still relating to the content pillar, still relating to the content pillar, you know, um, but then you are linking to the topic clusters are linking back to them, content pillar is linking to them. So once you publish another content and you feel that there's a if there's a connection with this, you can just visit your content pillar and link back to that new secondary cluster, topic cluster. That's how to build a very deep and authoritative website. You are linking to each other, not just, and then also linking to other websites. But then you are mostly linking to each other. So this black lines, they are links. So, like I said, on this content pillar, you will create a topic table of content. The table of content means that it will be linked to each section. So from there, you can just click and it will take you to this. You can click and it will take you to this. You can click and it will take you to this. Like that. And then from each of the sections, you can click and it will take you to any of the other topics, right? That's a great way. So now, when you're writing about a pillar page, what should be your content pillar? You know, content pillar are you don't just pick content pillars anyhow. There must be a reasons, and the reason is majorly so maybe to create a guide, a guide, and it could be a guide, it could be what is, and it could be how to. So a comprehensive guide. So a guide could be maybe um WordPress website, the guide on how to build a WordPress website. That could be the guide. That could be the content pillar. Maybe you're a digital marketing agency and you've written an article, the content pillar about how to build a guide on how to build a WordPress website. In that guide, you are going to talk about name registration, domain registration. In that guide, you're going to talk about web hosting. In that guide, you're going to talk about installing WordPress. In that guide, you're going to explain what WordPress is. You're going to talk about themes. WordPress themes. You're going to talk about WordPress plugins. You're going to talk about securing your WordPress website. You're going to talk about the pros and cons of a WordPress website. You're going to talk about creating content on your WordPress website. You're going to talk about a lot of things. So the things that you're talking about are the topic cluster. So domain registration is a topic cluster under register, because you can't just create a WordPress website without a domain name, right? Then what is SEO, for instance? When you want to write about what is SEO, you are going to have to talk about technical SEO, on-site optimization, um, keyword research, link building. I mean, you have to talk about all of these things. All the best practice, SEO best practice, Google Analytics, algorithm, local SEO. Those would be your your topic clusters. Because SEO is not just a one para. You can't just talk about SEO in like four paragraphs. No, it's huge, it's big. There are so many things that people need to be aware of. That there's something called algorithm. There's something called search engines. There are search engine crawlers. You need to be able to explain all of that. And when you do, that makes you an authority. That makes you an authority. Now, you can then further, after writing your content pillar, you've written your content pillar, it's long, you can then now further write other blog posts. Maybe you can write about Google Search Console. Now, from that Google Search Console, you are going to link back to some things about technical SEO. You will link back to some things about backlinks. You will link back to some things about SEO best practice. And then if you also write about Google Analytics, you also still write about SEO, link back to SEO. You link back to backlinks. I mean, if you write about anything you write about, basically, you still have to link back to each. I mean, so it's intertwined. It's intertwined. And you just wrote about what is. Now you can then write about how to. Some people write about how to cook a particular kind of food, you know, how to cook, how to. So I mean, your content pillar could be about how to of a thing, how to of a particular thing, how to fix this. Before you can go to fixing, you must talk about the problem, right? Analyze the problem, then identifying the problem, then techniques on. Then you can then now go further to talk about fixing that particular problem, the step-by-step guide to fix that problem, showing them with pictures. If you can have videos on there, you know so those are the things that you create a content pillar for, and you can use it to build authority for your entire website. So if your website, your digital marketing agency, write create a content pillar page for website development, for SEO, content marketing, newsletter, you know paid advertisement. Paid advertisement is big. There's social media. There's and under social media, there's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's Instagram. They're all big. Then there's, excuse me, there's Google, there's display advertisement, there's third party. I mean, so it's a lot. You can write a content pillar page for that. I mean, and then just so yeah. So with that said, let's go to our chat GPT. Let's go to our chat GPT. So if you don't have a chat GPT account already, all you need to just go to chat.openai.com. When you visit the website, you'll be able to register with your email, and you'll be logged in. So now let's pick a content pillar for it. So let's say I have a blog where I talk about finance. Finance. So what we can use, how to use ChatGPT for that is, first off, we need to have categories, blog categories for our finance blog. So let's tell ChatGPT to suggest blog categories for a finance blog in Nigeria. And you see, and that's the thing about ChatGPT. So it said personal finance. This category will cover topics relating to managing personal finances, including budgeting, saving, investing, managing debt. Then there's business and entrepreneurship. So these will be the blog categories: personal finance. Do you get? Now, under each category, it says we can talk about personal finance. We can talk about managing personal finance. We can talk about we can talk about budgeting. Now, budgeting on its own can be your landing page, or investment can be your landing page. Your by this, I beg your pardon, can be your content pillar, right? Investing or saving can be your pillar page, right? So let's now further ask it to create a content pillar and topic savings. Are you seeing what ChatGPT is doing? So it's now giving us the topic clusters for that particular pillar page savings. So we know that we're going to write content about savings, we're going to write content about, like it's already suggested to us, I should write content about budgeting, write content about savings, write content about investing, write content about managing debt, and they will all be in this category, right? But we want to, before we start writing those content, we want to write a content pillar. We want to have a content pillar page, that addresses each and every of those topic pointers that's given to us, right? But how do we do that? You know, we now ask ChatGPT to give us topic clusters. That's what this means. Create a content pillar for, content pillars or maybe for the topic savings. So the topics, the content pillar, our content pillar page is savings. And the things that we're going to address on that page is why savings matter. That's number one. Number two is how to start saving. Number three, types of savings account. Now, already, you can see that some of these things are intertwined. They are intertwined. Now, banking and financial services, there's no way that you will write about types of account that you will not refer back to banking, right? It's talking about what else does it talk about? Case of emergency, and that's talking about budgeting. You know, already there's no way one or two of these content will connect to each other. But what it would have made your blog is your blog would be an authority, a complete authority on the topic that's around savings. I hope you guys are getting. You see what ChatGPT is just taking its time. This also can depend on your internet, you know, and it will just so all you need to just do is do a research. Another thing that you want to do is, like I said, you use. So let's come back to while ChatGPT is doing its thing. Let's come back to Ahrefs and search for savings, in Nigeria. So we can get to know how people are searching for the keyword savings, and how people are searching for it, the suggested keywords, and the likely questions, the exact questions that they ask when they search for it, right? um so yes, I'm going to type it again, savings, then put Nigeria, and then I click on find keyword. I mean, just to validate what ChatGPT has recommended, suggested, that's the word, suggested to us. Because it's very important that you validate. If you don't validate, then you're just shooting blanks. I mean, you can't just take ChatGPT word for it and not vet it. Let me try to change my internet. I guess my internet is a bit grumpy this morning. So let me refresh the page. Let me also check on ChatGPT. Oh, ChatGPT is done. Okay, so savings. And I change it to Nigeria. Yes, and then I click on find keywords. And then voila. So it says, talks about savings account, talks about difference between savings and current account, difference between savings and current account in Nigeria, and you see the search volume of each of types of savings accounts. So in a way, ChatGPT is kind of right? For I mean, based off of the recommended topic cluster. Now let's also consider the questions that people are asking. What is the maximum amount in UBA savings? I mean, we can go further to, I mean, it's talking about a bank specific, right? Which we can answer in the FAQ. But how much can a savings account hold? How much can savings account carry in Nigeria? What's the maximum amount? What's the benefit of current and savings account? How to upgrade my first bank savings account? What is savings account? So it goes ahead to just explain, to talk about there's so many things that we are seeing. What is savings? How does Kuda fixed savings work? I mean, so we can, so this just gives us a perspective that, okay, after talking about the word savings and current account types, we specific to each bank. There's GTB here. We've seen First Bank. We've seen UBA. We're seeing Kuda here. You know, um, you know, there's domicile. I mean, so there's First Bank again. So that means we can go further to talk about specific banks, right? While answering the questions on the content pillar page. So why savings matter? So we can now add it to say, what savings? There's no why, there's no what here. We can just add it. What is savings? Because we saw there that people were searching for what is savings. So we can add here what is savings, and then address that. And then after that, we can talk about why savings matter. And then they say this explore the importance of saving money, including how it can help individual achieve financial goals, provide a safety net. And then how to start saving. You know, guides to create goal, creating budget. This already automatically links to budgeting. So that's how each of the articles will just be linking to each other, linking to each other. Type of saving accounts, different types of saving accounts available in Nigeria. Savings, high yield savings, fixed deposit. You know, how to choose. Yeah. So now I want to now ask ChatGPT to write a detailed content pillar post using the above listed content post for savings, using the above listed content pillars. So when this happens, is your internet. All you need to do is just refresh and you're back. Just refresh and you'll see the first thing that you wrote here on the side. So I just put it back in and then write a detailed content pillar. So you know what ChatGPT now did? It gave it a title: Ultimate Guide to Saving Money, Strategies, Tips to Building Wealth and Achieve Financial Goals. Now, you see what ChatGPT is doing? It's just giving a very short answer, right? It's not being detailed. But what it does is it gives you a guide to build on. It gives you a guide to build on, right? So you can then now go further to do more research and be able to broaden each and every of the sections in these content pillar. And you can repeat this for every single one. I mean, Another thing you can do is just when it stops like this, just write continue from conclusion and it will continue. So, and it continues, part of financial planning, but and that's it, right? Till the end of the blog post, and this is the end of the blog of the content pillar, right? It's not bad, but it's not enough, right? Because why savings matter, the truth is, see, if I ask ChatGPT this question again, write about why savings matter. You see what ChatGPT will write. It won't be short. Can you see? Can you see what it's writing? It's like it's not bigger than the first. So that's why you need to take time to do research. If possible, hire someone to write the content pillar page for you, right? But just make sure. Now that you know how ChatGPT works, you ensure that you don't allow someone use ChatGPT to write. Because it's very important that the person does research. The person links to other pages. Where is the person getting these ideas from? So there has to be sources. The person needs to, but then ChatGPT doesn't give you sources. You just read through the web and puts things together for you, right? So if the person just goes to ChatGPT to get content for you, you'll be able to vet it and say, no, I don't want this. This one is from ChatGPT, because I also tried doing something like this, I mean, so you see what ChatGPT has done? It has given us content for the first section of our content pillar, which is why savings matter. Another one could be how to start saving. Let me also write about how to start saving. See, you know, that's an interesting thing about ChatGPT. It will blow your mind, right? You know, so this is how to use ChatGPT to create content pillars, right? For your blog post, for your blog page, for your website, and write other content that links from. If you notice, ChatGPT wrote about so many things: saving for travel, saving for emergency, saving for a down payment. I mean, down payment could be anything: house, anything, cars. Saving for education, which is also very important. Saving for retirement. So when you are writing, you can start writing about saving for your child education, primary education, secondary education, university. Those articles that you can write, and links from here could help. You can link from here to those ones, right? Retirement, savings for retirement. I mean, you can pension scheme. What different types of pension schemes are available in Nigeria? You can just write. See, national pension scheme is something that you can write about. How to contribute to your pension scheme. It's another title that you can write on. Just write as many content as possible. You know, then just linking to one another. I hope this has helped you. And in case you have any question, please don't hesitate to drop a comment in the comment box and let me know the questions that you have. And this might be helpful to someone. You can share to them. And yeah, this once again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Have a lovely day. Bye.